Hello everyone and welcome to ErebosGamingHD. We've got some Dynasty Warriors 8 here for you, and this is the Battle of Guangling, and I'll be playing with Ding Feng. And we've got some very crap weapons for this guy actually. So we're going to get straight into this battle. Historically, this battle never happened. It's made up, it's fictitious, just for Dynasty Warriors 8. The information that I could find for this one is that it was a naval battle, but no actual fighting occurred, so this is all made up. And I have to say, because it's made up, I think the developers wanted to make this one extra difficult, and this was it was an absolute pain in the arse. As you'll see, there is massive groups of enemy officers all bolted together, and it's a right nightmare. So as I'm playing as Ding Feng, my objective is to sneak behind enemy lines. So that's what I've got to do here. I've got to move up on the north side and come down into the centre, that green square there, highlighting where I've got to go. So we're moving straight onto the first enemy commander, and that's Dong Hang. I have to say, this is the best move for jumping that I've ever seen. It's brilliant. And this guy, if you use him correctly, is ridiculously overpowered. I mean, I've got several problems with this character. The first being that all his triangle attacks are ridiculously slow to trigger, and you won't see me use the triangle attacks that often, the power attacks. You'll just see me use the standard 6 attack square mashing method, because I just kept on dying all the time from getting hit by him. So this is just jumping Muso, and he throws his sphere thing into the ground, and it keeps on spinning, and it keeps all the enemies really close to it. There's a lot of attacks, and it is highly beneficial when you are wanting to do a chain combo with the swift attack and your Muso attack. And you'll find, I'll show you that in a couple more minutes, I believe, when it starts to get a bit messy. So this bit's quite simple. Moving on to Dai Ling now. Unfortunately, he's not strong to my affinity. He is not weak to my affinity, so this battle will take a bit longer. That is his alternate Muso that you've just seen there, and this is the 3-star weapon, so I'm barely doing much damage at all. And that here, what you just seen there is his X weapon attack. That's 4 squares and a triangle. As I say, yeah, I very rarely use them, just due to the fact of how slow they are. You'll know what I mean. If you're playing on this difficulty, you can't really afford to get hit that often, so this is very problematic for me. So it's just mashing square, using my Muso, taking advantage of the swift, and mashing square. A proper masher. So we're taking this guy out, and now I recommend just run, go on your horse all the way to the other side of this, because they have Ereblasts there and they do some severe damage. You've got to take out this gate captain as well as Wen Pin, I believe. Yeah, there he is. And we'll go straight into the rage. His rage is alright, it's pretty linear. It's not a massive chain gatherer from my opinion, but you can move easily, you can get quite a lot of enemies in it. It's quite flexible and free, and as you can see, it gets the job done. So moving up to the next enemy officer now, and this is Wang Xiaong. After you defeat this guy, you just hover over the top, and then you top of the base that I've got to aim to, and then you jump in and you catch enemy officers off guard. You see how slow that is? That's what I mean. It's really risky doing your power attacks for this guy. They are strong, but it's very risky. You have to make sure you haven't got many enemies around you, and especially on this level, enemies are all over the place. So I'm just doing the usual abuse of the overpowered swift attack. There you go. See, that's the main problem with it there. You won't see me use it that often after that. I think this should Get rid of him. Yep, he's gone now. So we're now about to launch a surprise attack with no life whatsoever, and of course who has to be there? It's Zhu Huang. You don't really want to piss this guy off, so you'll see me be very cautious here. And I did this about 20 times, so I've come up with a pretty set plan on how to do it. What I'm doing is I'm just circling around, and you can see that Manchong is up there. I'll use my 2 Musos left on this to hopefully build up my rage. That's the idea. That was his alternate Muso. If you hit somebody, you get an extra scene where you do a lot more hits. His normal Muso, this is it here, coming up. So he kind of just like fires loads of little arrows or bombs or something, I don't know what they are. So now that Manchong's joined as well, I'll get these 2 behind me. Unfortunately, it caught me in his Muso attack, but I switched on him. I managed to get Zhu Huang in here, but Manchong, not a chance. I get him here though. Oh no, I don't. Oh, look at that, he's hardly got any life left at all. So I take him out, and then we've got 3 or 4 enemy officers up here. We've got Han Huao, Zhang Ji, several unit commanders. And this is where you'll see me come up with a nice little system which is pretty much impossible to break. It's jump up in the air, use your Muso attack, make sure enemies are weak to your affinity. Whilst they're in there, I have to say that it would have been a better explanation if it wasn't unit commanders in there. I'll do it after this one, promise you. Give you a nice little way of using Ding Feng's special almighty overpowered chain loop. Right, so take 2. Here we go. Look at that disappear as soon as I try and get it. So jump up in the air with your jumping Muso. There you can see I've got that guy in there. A couple of hits leads you to your swift attack. Then do your normal Muso. And it gives you enough time to run away and repeat. So we've got Zhong Chao in here as well. So same again. And because you've got that many enemy officers in there, well, he died, but you get the gist anyway. It is very effective. It must have been on the other episodes that I did, because like I said, I died a lot in this one. I'll be honest, it's crazy. So there we go. There we go, so I've got him in there. I finish him off. I had to use that because I had that other guy behind me. So I've got Yin Shu as well. So I don't even know where these enemies came from. And if you look at the map, it's still highly in their favour. And they like to defend at the most painful times. I took one of them out, got one left. This is Yin Shu. It's so lucky, man. There's so many enemy officers. I have no idea how I don't just get hit a couple of times. See, dodge that on as well. It's ridiculous. So I think in total it took me about 4 to 5 hours in total just to do this one mission. This has been the longest one I've ever had to do. It's just the sheer complexity behind it. The amount of enemies that you have to deal with in set areas, and the fact, well, I'll get to it in a bit, but you also have to defend your enemy commander a lot as well, because he kept on dying. So here we go. We've got the enemy officers in there. Through the jumping Muso, do your switch counter on them. Oh, straight into rage on this one. I ain't messing around at all. I'm hoping for an enemy officer to appear. Come on, come on. Get a double attack, rinse them. So here we go. You can't really ask for more than a ×2 attack with your rage. They don't stand a chance really. Yeah, murdered. Looking for Pang De now that we just took out Zhang He. There's Pang De. And then after this bit you get Zhang Liao, who makes an appearance, and he kills me so many times. It's so annoying, so I saved it eventually, and what you'll see is a little switch. And you'll see my full life there. That's because there was a little jar that had full, I can't remember what you call them now, one of those vial looking things. I mean, can't really, it's because it's sped up obviously, but it is there, so if you don't believe me, go on to this battle, go to that location and you will find it. And you know what Zhang Liao's like, I swear down on this level is like uber buff. It just takes no damage at all. Fortunately he's weak to my infinity, so that makes it a hell of a lot easier, but if it weren't, it could have been a very long battle. Don't even think he dies to this either. So we've got Zhao Yan, Zhu Xing and Zhang Liao. Look at this, that's my rage attack. Look at the damage it's doing to him. So I mean, he's had an insane buff. I don't think I get him. Oh. How insane is that? So if you want a challenge, that's not Lubu. Get Zhang Liao on this one. He killed me so many times, and then he does that. Yeah, it's a very good AI on this guy, but he is a bit too strong. He seems to know exactly when he wants to do his moveset, which is when you're screwed. Fortunately, I escaped that one, and I destroyed him. Right, what you're going to see next is me going to town on so many enemy fodder, and the reason for that is I need to block. If you look at the northeast side of the map, you can see these big red markers. They're all attacking my allied commander. So I need to ensure that I get to that point and clean that out and allow my mobile troops to come in. So you'll see a good a minute or two just me rinsing those guys. I did speed it up. I was going to speed it up a bit more, but I thought I'd let it in there because it is kind of like a strategy on how to do this level. So you see it's just covered in it. It's just dimly here as well, and a hell of a load of mobile command units. Now what you need to do in these sort of circumstances is take out the mobile unit commanders. If you take those guys out, captains, sorry. If you take those guys out, it won't spawn. So you need to make sure you take out as many as you can, as quickly as you can, and they will stop spawning. Because this is technically my area. You'll see after I've raged all these guys up, that you'll see a base captain appear. That's mine. There you go. See. So now I'm going back into where my allied commander is, and I'm going to take out the rest of the mobile unit captains. That's why it's all sped up, because no enemy officers here at all, but if you do leave him, he will cry like a little girl, and he will eventually die, which I found out when I was right at the end, which was annoying, so I'm not taking any chances with this guy this time. See, in this one area alone, I think I've taken out 400 enemies. It just goes to show how many enemies were here. Right, so I've taken these guys out, so I'm now going to move right into the ambush point, which is at the centre of the map, but it's where I've got to go. Unfortunately I can't get around there unless I want to fight a hell of a lot more enemies on the south side of the map. Not really. See, there's just so many enemies. Just will not stop coming out. Trying to make it as easy as I can for me. You'll see my morale go up a little bit, I think. But yeah, these guys ain't moving, they're sticking to it. I don't even want to fight these guys. Look at my health as well, that's not very good, is it? So I spend more time on red health than I do on anything else. And still not disappearing. another 700 enemies in total here. I want to get this mission done, but I can't. I have to make sure that these guys aren't going to be attacking my commander. So let's move on. After I've finally done that. See, he's already complaining. That guy that I just left is already complaining that there's too many enemies. Right, as soon as you get here, you will experience, well, helps if I go the right way, you'll experience an ambush. And this is nasty. And the reason why it's nasty is archers. They're all over the place. So I highly recommend you do not go into this area unless you're packing Musos and packing Rage, because you will just get absolutely destroyed. So here we go with the nice little chain that I've been telling you about. Very nicely done. You see, what I'm trying to do is take out all these enemies as well. They just keep on appearing. So we'll just do it. Get another jumping Muso in here. I'd say for a fictitious battle that according to historic never really happened, I don't have to take out a lot of bloody enemies. Very stingy when it comes to blooming health as well on Chaos, I tell you. They don't half make it a challenge. I'm not complaining. Just be nice every now and again just to get, you know, a 50 health or something like that to show that they do care a little bit. As you can see, I'm getting plenty of Muso, which is good. I'm just using this one again because I'm going to jump straight onto another full one. Another enemy officer down. We've got Yan Ru left. And he's gone. I think that's all of them. Yep. A nice little defense boost because I'll need it. Right. I died several times on here as well, hence the little cut. And we've got the big boys now. We've got Sima Yi and Sao Ren, as well as a couple of other enemy commanders. And this took me so long, and this part that you actually see, I have no idea how I managed to do it. Let's see if you can guess when it was. I'll give you a little hint when it gets close. I really do hate it when that happens. When you get right in for your switch counter or your swift attack, and then the enemies just go flying in the opposite direction. It's complete waste. So Guanxing and Guan Yunping helping me out, which is very nice of Shu, I have to say. We've got Sao Rui. I don't think it's Rui. I think we've got Sima Yi down now. Yeah, Sima Yi down. And we got this guy now, who I believe takes over Wu. Not Wu. DL. I believe takes over Wei when Sao P dies. I think this is based in 224, and I think Sao P dies in 226. And this weakling, not even dressed up to impress, it apparently takes over Wei, so no wonder they lose. Got another enemy officer as well. Now look at my life. Yeah. Watch how long I am on this for. I have no idea how I managed to do it. I don't really care, but I bloody did it. So what I'm doing is I am making sure no enemies can come behind me. So these stairs are mine. There comes the rage. I'll take out Sao Ren. Can we get him in with us? No. Nice little extended rage here though, so it should be good. There's one down. Wang Lang is nearly dead. Zhu Huan, he's out of there. And Sao Ren is also out of there. And I take out... do I get him? I don't think I do. I think I missed him. So I'm back up here to protect myself again. to speed this up because there's not really that much to show you really, apart from me surviving the unsurvivable. I have no idea how I pulled it off. So I'm trying to build up my Muso and my Rage because I know that Cao Pi and Zenji are just round the corner. You see what that was there is another interim save, just for the sheer fact that I finally killed these guys because it took me so long. So going back, and what I'm looking for is health. I can't find any. So I thought, screw it, let's go for it, and I believe I do get very lucky. There you go, see? That is what you call luck. I've just, well, yep, over 2k kills as well. Do a switch counter on her. Nearly got me full rage, and we're going to go out with a blast. Nearly got it built up. Get the hell away from her. And there we go. So here's my rage. I'm going to finish in style as always. There's Zenji gone and Cao Pi gone, and I swear down, this level was ridiculously tough. Hardest one to date. Even easier taking Lubu out than trying to do all this battle. At least Lubu, you can predict his movesets. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next episode.
Let us sing a song of triumph so loud that it is heard back in Jianye.